Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another reading. This time it's on Elon Musk and him buying Twitter. So, if you haven't heard the news, he has purchased Twitter, or set to purchase Twitter. I think it's for $44 billion, if I'm not mistaken. It's a lot of money. So a lot of people are wondering why, how, and what's going to happen. So if you haven't seen my reading that I did on Elon Musk and Grimes, I'll put it up here. And I'm also going to link you to my social media predictions for this year because Twitter's in there. So I'll link that up there as well. So you guys can kind of check both of those out. We're going to basically see why he decided to buy it, what his goal is, what his connection to it is, what's going to happen with it, this, that, the other. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. Remember, these readings are all alleged for entertainment personally, and let's get started. Okay, so Elon Musk is on the left, shocker, Emperor reverse, and then Twitter's on the right, and then the energy between them. Okay, I will tell you right off the bat that Elon Musk is taking a loss here. So Twitter is... okay. Me downloading too much information at once. There's a lot. Okay. You guys aren't going to believe me when I say this. So just heads up. People are going to think I'm crazy. Twitter is overestimated. Twitter's worth is overestimated and blown out of proportion. Twitter's impact is not as large as it seems that way. Four of Pentacles, and don't come for me, Twitter. Four of Pentacles is a greedy, selfish card, which is what Twitter is, which makes me think that they're trying to milk it for all it's worth before it ends. So I think a lot of people want out of Twitter, people who are like the big heads of Twitter and people who have shares and things like that. I think that they want it out, allegedly from him personally, because they see it going downhill. Now, I know Twitter technically identifies, I'm pretty sure, as a quote-unquote news source rather than a social media, so that doesn't really shock me, allegedly. But with the Four of Pentacles here, it definitely makes me feel like, I don't know, like for me, it's like, it's not worth it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just see it as it's not worth it. Let's make our money. We can get our money and then get out. That's the tea that I'm seeing. That's the vibe that I'm getting. That's the energy that I'm seeing. Like, it's just giving very that. And the Four of Pentacles tells me like they knew that he wanted it really bad, and I feel like they were baiting him into it. I feel like Twitter wins here. Now, Emperor's reverse, which is a loss of control. So Elon Musk is pissed because he lost some form of control here. I don't know what that means, but his entire motivation for purchasing this is that he feels a loss of control. I don't know how that translates or what that means, but he feels powerless and like he lost control, and so he 100% bought this for a petty reason. This is because I can. The Four of Swords is reverse, which is like a butthurt energy, and it's like not wanting to heal and getting over it, and not taking no for an answer. You know, like when you tell a child no, don't do something, and it makes them want to do it more. That's literally why he did this. I actually don't think that he cares about the spreading of misinformation, nor do I believe that he cares about quote unquote free speech. I think that he's doing this as a flex, and he's doing this as a fuck you because he can. There's his power and influence with the King of Pentacles. He's doing this because it... So, am I seeing rapid change coming to the platform? Yes. Am I seeing rapid change coming to the platform because of him? No. The High Priestess is there, which makes me feel like there were a lot of changes that were already coming down the pipeline of Twitter, a lot of massive changes that they were making. I think they had a direction switch recently, and I think Twitter is like, great, Elon will get the blame for all the changes that were coming already. I don't actually think he's going to make a single decision here. I think these are all happening already, and they're like, great, we'll use a figurehead to blame. So I think he's kind of walking into a hot potato and is about to get burned. He thinks that he's going to go in there and everyone's going to love him. He did this to get the favor on his side. He's protecting us. He's giving us free speech. He's giving us this. And he's like, oh my God, I'm going to get so much favor by people. Everyone's going to love me. But he's walking into looking stupid because people are going to start to blame him for changes that were already happening. Yeah, the Six of Swords is reversed. That's the internet. An unwillingness to change the world. Page of Swords, fighting. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Is it possible that his motivation is literally to get information on someone? Is that possible? So Chariot is about progress and pettiness. So I see his motivation being petty. I see a Queen of Pentacles here and the Page of Swords, which is like, I need information. Star is reversed. I'm not getting information. I want information. Is it possible that he did this? I mean, this is the man that created Tesla, right? Or I guess whatever, controversy. Is it possible that there's a part of him that wants to get information from the inside out to deconstruct it and recreate it? But I also see him wanting information on certain people. Like, there is a part of him that's like, I'll get information on people from owning this. Now, I don't know if that means that he'll get information on their posts. Magician reverse and Eight of Cups. It could be like, oh, well, I have access to DMs if I really wanted to. But I also think that a lot of that is just like, well, now that I own Twitter, people have to listen to me that are high up. It's like a currency. It's like a social currency. This man is not for anyone but himself. And if he had promised anyone anything when purchasing Twitter, I don't think that was a factor, and I find it hard to believe he's going to follow through. He wants to be liked by the people. And it's all for show. So there's no follow through with that. Like, for him, it's like, I want people to love me and be obsessed with me, but it's for show. It's not like, he's not actually going to do that. Justice is upright, which says that he has to follow laws anyways. And I think a lot of people are frustrated with Twitter, but I think there's some sort of law that Twitter has to abide by that has caused a lot of the problems that I don't think anyone knows about unless you own Twitter. There's some sort of law or legal system or like trap maybe, or like, if I do this, then it like spirals into this. Like, there's something that causes the issues that we see on the platform that they can't fix. And he's going to realize you can't fix that, which is why people want it out, because I think they hit a wall. It probably has to do with like misinformation and stuff like that. Like, there's probably something behind the scenes that we don't know, that they can't control, that they can't touch because of maybe the legal system, or maybe the political system, or maybe just something. Because Ace of Cups is reverse. I mean, I don't see him benefiting financially, but I think he already knew that. Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune reverse, and Ace of Pentacles. I see him making another big purchase. Oh my God, you fucker. He is literally trying to start a conversation about what is ethically acceptable for a billionaire to purchase. Oh my God, you fucking evil genius. You know how there are laws about monopolies in situations? Like, one person's not allowed to own this and one company can't own this. He wants to push the narrative of what a billionaire is allowed to own. He's doing it on purpose. He wants that to be the discussion of like, what is ethical for me to own? What am I allowed to own and what am I not allowed to own? He's like a child. He's literally a child who's like, well, there's technically no law of me owning this. So what am I allowed to own? What am I not allowed to own? What is considered your monopoly? What is considered ethical? If I own everything, are you going to be pissed off? Because you want to know why? Because Elon is going to be like, this is what he's thinking. He's like, everyone talks about me. So if I own everything, then they're going to talk about me. And then I'm going to go in an interview and I'm going to say, that's strange. I own these 3 major things, but this billionaire over there owns 4 major things. Why is that billionaire allowed to own all the news stations and you don't care? He's a fucker. That's what he is. He's a little shithead. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And that's exactly the point of this, is to literally point out the other billionaires, the other people in power, and be like, I'm sitting at your table whether you like it or not. And if you push me, I will push you. So do I think that he's on our side? No. But do I think that he's against other billionaires? Yes. The enemy of your enemy is my friend. Ha! He's also bored, but I mean, I think anyone who's a billionaire gets bored. That's Grimes. I don't care about Grimes. Like, we already discussed this, but he basically wants to have control over Grimes as well. And he wants to have control over the narrative about his children as well. But, I mean, that's boring. We already knew that. So, lame, bye, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. Interesting. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups reverse, 2 of Pentacles. I see him, so his biggest goal is to test things on Twitter. He wants to test certain things. I don't know what that means, but there's something he wants to test on Twitter's user base for his own personal projects. He sees this as a massive investment and a massive gathering of information. Technically, Twitter wins in this one, but he doesn't care because he's using it for a different reason. I mean, I guess that's kind of the reading. I mean, there's not really too much more going on here. Death is reversed, 2 of Cups, and 7 of Pentacles. I think that there might be a change in terms of verification. Perhaps there's going to be like a subdivision of verification. I also see some sort of change coming in terms of like tweets that you see. Like, to me, I see that as like, oh my God, they're going to hawk businesses, aren't they? You know how Instagram has like a business section and basically Instagram is just a fucking way to promote your business? I see what is like their version of like a For You page on TikTok or like a Explore page on Instagram. And they're going to be like, oh, this is our way of finding new creators, but it's going to be an excuse to sell shit and for ads. And this is something that I think is coming already. And I think Elon's going to get blamed for it, but it was already happening. So that's what I see. People aren't going to like it, but they're not going to change it. I guess maybe if there's enough backlash, but the Queen of Swords and the 7 of Wands here tells me that I think Twitter is struggling to capitalize on their identity. Yes, it's like a news source, whatever, but like they're struggling to like have an identity, and I think that's why there are changes coming. Damn. I just keep thinking of Oda Mae Brown. I love that movie. I love Ghost. Twitter, you in danger, girl. Like, that's what it's giving me. Like, girl, what is this platform? They're in danger. You want to know what's really scary to me is like, I don't think Twitter's there yet, but if I'm being honest, this is the beginning of the potential for a different app to come in and do what Twitter does better. And I think it'll be hard, and I don't think that that's something that's guaranteed to happen. All I'm saying is that this is giving me MySpace, Tumblr, like it's giving me like, you either shit or get off the pot. The changes you make either hit or they fall off. It's also giving Instagram, which, I mean, none of us are really using Instagram the way we used Instagram before. So it's like, I don't think it's the end of Twitter, but I think that if they don't figure out something quickly, another app will be taking its place, especially with things like virtual reality and things like that happening. Like, I think there's just going to be an app that's going to be more interactive, more fun. I think that they're behind in terms of technology with like video messaging. Like, what I see is the next, should I share this? Fuck it. Give me money if this happens. What I see as the next big app is something completely massively interactive. Like, you know how you're on Pokemon Go and there's like things around you? The next app is going to be like that, where it's going to be completely immersive and interactive, and that's going to be the next big thing. That's what I think is going to happen, where it's going to be something that requires you to like interact, like not requires, but enables you to interact in real life. I also think it's going to be something where it's like you can real-time FaceTime someone, or like when you tweet someone, they can FaceTime you, like things like that. Like, it's going to be massively interactive, like extremely virtual reality type things, but like very interactive. That's the next direction for the next big app that people are going to be interested in. Things like, you know, if you hover your phone, you can see the avatar around the person and they're wearing different clothes, like something weird like that. I know that sounds extreme, but that's what I'm seeing as the next big app. I guess that's not really shocking, considering like we're talking about NFTs and constantly changing. Like you buy an piece of art and it's digital and it changes over the time because of NFTs. So like, it's giving me shit like that. And I just think like Twitter as a whole right now is archaic, and it's based off of our old views from like 15 years ago and the internet, or 10 years ago, whatever. And so I think like they need to catch up with the times and they're struggling. So yeah. I hope you guys like that. If you did, make sure you tip. There's a link to my PayPal down below. Follow me Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. Until next time, good luck.